Yeah, I needed y'all to see that shit full screen. What in the three levels of colonized hell is going on with people still to this day? First thing, some of y'all gonna dog this woman out talking about some, oh, look how she crawled on her knees and all up to this white man and up to the colonizer of Jamaica because, Jamaica was colonized by Britain. Look how she did that. That's the white colonizer mind. That's the white Christian mind that colonized these people and caused them. And they still doing it today. Got them people on their money. And, they have certain citizenship rights to England, but they still under the crown. When we free here in America, we free. Some of you motherfuckers do the same thing to all these actors and actresses and to these singers and these sports athletes. You will get on your freaking knees. There's somebody out there that you will get on your knees and you will crawl around or you screaming. And it's like watching those old Michael Jackson's, especially his Super Bowl one. That man stood still for like 5 minutes, didn't flinch, people screaming and fainting. And then when he made one little move, everybody just, ah! It's another fucking person. That's all it is a person. That's it. It's a damn person. Before you get on your high horse, sure, there are people that you may like their talent. People you may think is beautiful. But acting a goddamn fool, that's a whole nother thing. Now, so almost everybody got that bullshit going on. So let's talk to this direct situation, though. This woman's ancestors are rolling over in their grave. All of her African ancestors who were dying on those sugar cane. Because see, American plantation, in North America, United States, our ancestors, they went through hell. Them Caribbean ones, 1 in 3 died every year. The average lifespan was 3 to 5 years for your ancestors because the sugarcane crops was so brutal that they just kept bringing them. And the country was devastated. Your African ancestors were some of the most brutalized people. People are always talking about the Negro Bible. It was perfected in the Caribbean. It didn't come to the Americas till like the 1800s. It was perfected in the Caribbean. They're rolling over in their graves. If that young lady has any indigenous ancestors, they came to their land, they were welcomed as friends, and then they decimated them. They murdered them. They chopped off their hands. They forced them to go find gold. They forced them to do all sorts of labor. Then they dragged them to Europe, prodded them around as props and properties and things to fascinate the eyes. They were disparaged. They were considered to be subhuman. Your indigenous ancestors. And so here we are. Centuries after slavery ended in England and all the royal crown territories. Here we are. Jamaica, you go through storms. You go through all types of issues of poverty and whatnot, especially in the interior. What has the British crown done for you? How have they uplifted your life? You are actively, because I lived in Germany for 3.5 years. I spent a lot of time in London. Huge active Caribbean community there. Why? Because they ain't doing enough shit not enough have been done in your own home country that you go to university in Jamaica. I was offered a job in Jamaica. Being on the coastal areas, it's beautiful. It's great. Going into the hill country. Oh, no, not going there. Turn that job down. You get on your knee and crawl across a floor and put your face in the dick of this shriveled up ass man whose family has absolutely no political power, but does have influence through their wealth, land ownership, and a fake ass line of royalty. Humans, understand this. There is no such thing as fucking royalty. When people say I descend from kings and queens, it's made up bullshit. There is no such thing as a royal bloodline. There is nothing different from his blood than from anyone else's blood. He's no better than anyone else. But y'all give them that authority. You give them that majesty. And you crawl across the floor on your knees. And there were Christians all in the comments saying that I'm a person, I'm going to crawl on my knees for Jesus Christ. You're crawling on your knees for a fictitious character that never actually exists because the Jesus of the Bible has never existed. Were there other itinerant preachers who were claiming to be the Messiah? There were hundreds of them. Every year in first century, there were plenty of Messiahs every Passover. Every year in first century BCE, plenty of Messiahs. Second century, plenty of Messiahs. There was always the Jewish Messiah. And not one prophecy has ever been fulfilled by any of them. When did they topple the Roman Empire and usher in the new kingdom of God with the warriors of God, the angels behind him, with a seed of David sitting on the throne forever, and the Levitical priest? Because mind you, that prophecy says that is also saying that the Levitical priest will always have ample sacrifice. Where is the Levitical priesthood? Where's the sacrifice? You don't even have a damn temple to do any sacrifice. So you're going to crawl across on your knees. You might well do it for Superman, for Batman, for the Flash, for Professor Xavier, for Magneto. You might as well say you're doing it for that if you're saying you're doing it for Jesus. But even if there was a real Jesus, I'd be damned if I'm going to crawl across the floor for him either. No God is worthy to be worshiped that I got to worship, period. No God is worthy to be acknowledged that I got to crawl across on the floor. If the God's ego is such that I need to get on bended knee, fuck that God and fuck that Jesus. Don't require either any one of them. And for this young lady to crawl across the floor, happy, jiggling, shaking, put your face in his dick, and then thank him for what? For what? For his ancestors enslaving your ancestors and taking advantage of the crops? For his ancestors assassinating and mutilating and killing your ancestors? For that? That's what you're thanking him for? For even in modern times, for his current people fucking over your people? Got too many of you Jamaicans up here in England. We're going to kick you out. Oh, they're chopped. You look to be Caribbean. Get the fuck out my country. So that's what they're doing. That wasn't the right accent, but that's what they're doing. Hey, oh, chap. Every other version. It's a fish and chips. Go back to Jamaica. They're kicking all you fuckers out. They wanted to kick all y'all out in the 90s. They tried it again in the 2000s. They don't like you. But you crawl across your knees and begging this motherfucker, thanking this motherfucker. Seriously. Really. This is what we doing. There will never be any forms of equality in this world for people and all people of color, of any color, the high melanin to the low melanin, until all people have some self-respect, until all people stand up for themselves and take care of themselves. That's when it'll happen, when everybody has mutual respect for each other. So always remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable.